We're once again out and about on the Thames, Medway and Swale in September 2022, and we're out for about 3 days. We now are approaching the Thames barges Rupertor and Tolsbury. Rupertor was built at Bisley in 1924 and Tolsbury built at Sandwich in 1901. Tolsbury participated in the Dunkirk evacuation in 1940. The Lady of the Lee is a Spritsail Thames sailing barge, the last such barge to be built in England. She was built at Rotherhithe in 1931 to carry explosives from Waltham Abbey Royal Gunpowder Mills on the River Lee to Woolwich Arsenal on the River Thames. The sailing barge My Rosa, anchored in the Swale. She's normally based at Faversham Creek. We are now passing the Lilies Cardinal buoy and heading up towards Grovehurst Jetty, and alongside is the coaster Beaumont. Beaumont has now completed discharging gyprock and is now singling up, ready to depart. We will see her later in the West Swale. Alongside the East Quay is the Cemisle, and she is discharging cement in Reddam Dock. The Beaumont has just proceeded through Ferry Bridge and is now proceeding outbound towards Sheerness in the West Swale. Alongside Sheerness Docks is the Kimberley Sea, one of Carisbrooke shipping, and she is discharging rebar. The Cemisle is discharging cement. Amongst the Svitzer fleet is the Svitzer Ramsay, known as the Beast. Inward bound for Sheerness is the Annie Doughty with package timber. Outward bound for the Thames we passed Grain Tower and the buoys Grain Hard and the West North Sand. Inward bound for Cliff is the marine aggregate dredger Britannia Beaver. Now passing the Chapman buoy, this area is known as the Chapman anchorage and is used for loading explosives. Just departed London Gateway is the MSC Carouge, and behind her is the Svitzer Ganges on her way back to the Medway. Inward bound for Purfleet is the self-discharge vessel Hasvik, and she is loaded with aggregate or stone. Here she is passing the outward bound Ro-Ro Bore Song on passage from Tilbury 2 to Zeebrugge. Alongside London Gateway is the Cartagena Express, built in 2017 and 123,000 tonne deadweight. On her daily scheduled run from Dagenham to Flushing is the Celestine. Covering relief duties on the Thames is the Craig Leith, normally based on the Forth. A regular visitor to Northfleet Container Terminal is the Enforcer, a feeder ship, and she runs to the continent. Alongside Tilbury Grain Terminal is the 61,000 tonne bulk carrier, the Medi Astoria. Alongside Gray's terminal is the Stenheim, a products tanker built in China in 2003 and is 16,000 tonne deadweight. Inward bound is the Dutch dredger Schelveringer. We're now approaching the Vopak terminals at Purfleet, and alongside is the Astella, 37,000 tonne deadweight, built in 2010 and discharging gasoline. The Asvik is now alongside at Purfleet and is self-discharging her cargo of stone. Star Aruba is on a regular run from either Terneuzen or Rotterdam with vegetable oil for the local oil mills. Inward bound is the Polar Rose, on passage from Tilbury Grain Terminal to Erith Oil Mills with rapeseed. Inward bound is the 50,000 tonne product tanker Atlantic Guard, built in 2019, and she's fitted with a scrubber to clean the exhaust system. Alongside Hall's Jetty Northfleet is the marine aggregate dredger Cemisle. She does not require mooring ropes. A spud protrudes down to the riverbed that keeps her in position. The 3,000-ton coaster Ute is discharging cement at Northfleet. Another products tanker, the VS Lara, is inward bound for Purfleet. More housing going up at Rocherville. Formerly Henley's Cable Works at Rocherville. We are now passing the Royal Terrace Pier, owned and managed by the Port of London Authority, and it was built in 1844. Palmer's Silver Beam on the slipway at Denton. Another products tanker, the 18,000-ton Atlantic Mate, built in 2007 and bound for Purfleet. The Sea Challenge 2, inward bound from the Isle of Grain. Inward bound passing Sheerness at dusk, we see the Botnia Borg alongside, discharging paper. One of many wrecks from World War II that can be seen at low water on the Medway. The CCL Humber can be seen discharging rebar at Thamesport to the local factory nearby the quay. Recently arrived from Glensander on the west coast of Scotland is the self-discharge bulker Yeoman Bridge, 97,000 tonnes and built in 1991. The ex-pilot operates from Queenborough landing stage out to the Monsell faults of World War II in the estuary. A view of our chart plotter as we transit King's Ferry Bridge. Cemisle Energy Plant burns recycled material to produce energy and steam for the national grid and for the local paper mill. Another wartime wreck, this one a Second World War minesweeper, which was based at Queenborough during the war. The vintage yawl Bonita, built in 1888 and is entered into the National Historic Ships Register.